Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and for all you Americans out there, hope you're having a safe and happy 4th of July. Here, the weather's shitty. I'm still unsure if we're going to go to the next town for their annual parade and fireworks display at the lake. Until then, I'm going to work on this. So, this was originally a Hasbro Phase 1 Stormtrooper helmet. Excuse me, I got a little something in my throat today. And, yeah, you could buy these for 25, 30 bucks all day long. It's amazing to think that you could go into a store and buy a pretty much full helmet just to modify. But regardless, I got this on the marketplace a long time ago, 10, 20 bucks, something like that. And I've been working on it very slowly here and there. The visor was originally wide, so I filled this in here, to make it look more the part. And I actually just joined the rear half to the front half. Here's the inside, the part that no one ever really truly shows you. The mess. But I did. I just joined these two today for the first time since I took it apart maybe 2 years ago, a year ago. So what we need to do is we need to fill in a whole lot of gaps. We need to fill this thing in very similarly to how I did here. This was open too for air. You gotta remember, these are made for little kids, so it had to be safe to wear around. I gotta get this a little closer and fill in this gap, and then continue all the way around the bucket. On this side I already started. I put some styrene on the inside, and we're just gonna fill that with something. This is just a little greebly thing I put together. It was originally one of these, actually. I'm sure you can figure it out. I saw that, I popped the, don't do that, it's dangerous. I went to smash the thing, and it just kind of, it blew up in my hand. So be careful if you do the same thing. But yeah, it's just a little piece. This came from a game from the 70s. There's a little bit of styrene to complete that. We're not done, obviously, with it. But today what I'm looking to do is fill these in. And I got plenty of epoxy putty, and this is my usual go-to. I would start with the super glue and baking soda for a filler. Please be careful if you're using this kind of junk. But I want to fill these in. I want to do something different. And a friend of mine actually gave this to me to borrow, and she doesn't work with me anymore, and she hasn't really said anything about it. So I was originally going to use this to try to 3D print weld inside of it, but no, we're gonna have to go old school. I guess she didn't give me the power supply for it, so I'm going to use a junk old soldering iron. This is not a soldering iron I would use for any of my, actual electrical projects. Something cheap I got one day just to get by. Now I use it to melt plastic or weld plastic. Melt holes into things, just simple jobs like that. So the idea here is pretty much the same as real welding. I'm going to create kind of a V-channel here for the material to actually seat in. Or else it'll just pop in and out, and then I'm going to lay a bead of the stuff in, and I'm just going to kind of smooth it, and hopefully it'll melt them together pretty much. So, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. And as always, this is going to be screaming hot. Please, 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 please use caution. Know your tools. Know your protective equipment that you need to wear in order to use these safely, and follow all the manufacturer's guidelines, please. I don't want anyone out there getting hurt. So I don't know if you can see it, but there is a V-channel in there now. Using the razor blade at an angle like this. Just carefully scraping towards me, not even putting too much pressure, just enough, It's a feel. You'll feel it. Just clean up the workspace here. A little subject to talk about. A lot of people sit there and say, well, you can just buy one of these helmets for a couple $100 bucks. They look pretty well. The Black Series ones, when they come out, are only about $100. I put all this work into something that's $20, $25. Well, a lot of people look at their time as money. I don't. I look at it as an investment. And the feeling I get when this is going to be finished, and hopefully it looks amazing, is going to be worth more than any of that. So, take that little piece of philosophy for however you want. Should have brought some nippers out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down like that, and I'm going to touch it to the soldering iron. and then just slowly massage it into the crack. It's not going to look perfect, but we're going to have to do this a couple times, sanding it, and then the rest of it will be just product, glazing putty and stuff like that. So hopefully I won't be in the way too much. I'm going to touch this a little bit with the soldering iron to warm it up a little. Man, the soldering iron stinks. It's had a lot of plastic melted into it. Or onto it, I should say. There we go. Let it cool. Now it's not going to grab right away. It's not going to grab right away. It's actually kind of hanging on by a thread right now. And when I come into it like this, it'll fall right into place. I'm going to let that cool off, and I'm going to continue down, let it cool, and sand it and see where we're at. Now we're just going to work it into the plastic itself. That's it. Now you'll notice I haven't done all the gaps. I'll do this one, but the rest of this I can get with regular material. So, but either way, I hope this was helpful and useful. And yeah, until then, guys, go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button. Got a lot of really fun things coming up, and I want to share them with you. So, leave me feedback, thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to me is positive. And until next time, wherever in the world you are, I hope you're doing well. Be careful, don't burn your fingies. Take care. Creep it real. And bye-bye. Here's a bonus tip for you folks who've lasted this long in the video. Instead of trying to use material or anything like that for this, meaning like putty or anything, I'm just actually going to use styrene. I'm going to stuff it with styrene. If you want to try to force this together, that's fine, but it's going to warp the whole piece. So allow it to be relaxed like this. And I'm going to jam some styrene in there, with a lot of super glue, baking soda, sand it down. You'll never even know there was two pieces there. And now because of that, it's only one piece now.